Hello all, we're back. We're playtesting more Stray Crows, and I'm actually almost enjoying running it, which is a good sign, I think, because often left feeling unsatisfied by games lately. Anyway, we've made a few tweaks, which I'll be going through with the players in a minute, and we might be trying out some different characters, I think. But we're continuing our episodic adventures and trying to make sense of what's going on. All right, let's bring in the players. And I have to scroll down, which is always a good sign. All right, so tweak-wise, there's been some changes in some wording and things. Nothing too drastic, I think. But it's the actions and reactions which continue to be troublesome. So we're trying out a third way of figuring them out. Let me just scroll down to it. I think this might be the one. So
yeah, I personally think that's the sweet spot. Because I was the one who had the other issues with just reducing it to 1, 2, 3. But that keeps the same variations. What it is for. One thing, it keeps the same variations without as the original 1 to 5, but still reduces it to 3. It's great.
Yeah. So someone suggested staggering it, so one goes up, then the other one goes up, then the other one goes up. But they had reactions being more than actions, whereas I think reacting is more difficult. So I basically reversed that. So, what is Takahara's agility plus judgment?
Mine's was it 27? I'm in the 3-3 camp.
Okay, so that's now 2-2. Right at the upper end of that. Okay, and what is Akemi's agility plus judgment? If you're there.
See, yeah, I am, man. Sorry. I was closing all the text software because as I was saying before the start of the session, I am involved in my own research. All right. You said agility and
judgment.
Well, agility, I have +2.
No, what's the score? The two scores added together.
A moment. 1 second, please.
Yep.
Grim, you're wrong on mine. Mine's 3-3.
27, you said.
Huh?
27.
Agility is a 14, and a judgment is a 20.
So that's 34. So that's 3 actions and 2 reactions. Sorry, I thought you said 27.
No,
37.
20.
Okay, yes.
So 2 reactions. Okay, I had before the fixing. I had 3 reactions, so now I have only 2. Okay.
Yeah. Right, and Kawabe, what's your agility plus judgment?
It's Kawabe. But agility and judgment are 29.
Okay,
and I believe that should be a 3-2.
It's 3 actions, 2 reactions. Okay, right. What's Midori's agility plus judgment?
26.
That is 2 and 2.
Yep.
And Tanaka?
For what exactly? Sorry.
Agility and judgment.
Agility is 20 and judgment is 11.
Okay, so that's 31, which is 3 actions and 2 reactions as a base.
2 reactions, 2 reactions.
I don't think anything else fundamentally important has changed. It's mostly just wording and clarifications.
Chi use. And
that was Zanshin.
Right.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, let's go over the new Chi levels for Zanshin.
Okay, yes. So for Zanshin, some people were getting drastically too much bonuses.
Some people, who were they?
So,
Plus 10 for one
Takahara.
chi.
Takahara, what is your intelligence plus judgment plus
Well,
charisma?
I'm in the 0 box.
It's the bonuses.
Yeah. I'm in 0.
Zero.
We got it all up at 0.
Okay, so less than 3. Your Zanshin is 0,
Yeah.
but you can still spend chi 1 for 1 for bonuses.
Yeah.
Right. What is Akemi's intelligence, judgment, and charisma combined bonus? So this time it's the smaller number. Again, if you're there and unmuted.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Fictionaut. Got his head stuck in a book somewhere. Literally stuck.
Sorry, yeah. No, I was fetching my dice, which are in a satchel on my closet.
Right, what is your intelligent bonus plus your judgment bonus plus your charisma bonus?
Okay, my intelligence bonus is a +2, charm is a +3, and judgment is a +5.
Okay, so that's 10, which gives you a Zanshin bonus of +3.
Okay. What in the character sheet I shall put that
Not sure, you'll have to find it, but just make a note somewhere.
Okay.
Kawabe?
All right, so just real quick, let's cover the changes, what this is doing, what this new table is.
Yeah. So before, your Zanshin bonus was the total of all your bonuses, if you had them. So if you happen to have a couple of good stats, that could be ridiculous and far too cheap. So you spend chi for a Zanshin bonus each turn, and that applies to pretty much everything you do that turn. So it's a relatively cheap, easy way to use chi to be better, but it was getting out of hand when it was getting to like +10 or more. So decided to rein that in by making it a combined stat with a maximum level of +5. So.
And right, so it's a maximum +5, dependent upon your
intelligence bonus, judgment bonus, and charisma bonus. Then you take that total and you cross-reference it on a chart. Yeah.
Charm.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And because I had actually thought of a couple ways where you could make it a capability roll first, or a defiance roll first. Actually,
yes.
But then it's like, how many more rolls do we want to add to make this one thing not break the bank?
Yeah, I think I did put something about that in. I will check for it in a second, but let's get everyone's calculations done first. So,
right.
Intelligence bonus, judgment
4.
bonus, and charm bonus. So 4 total?
Correct.
So your Zanshin is +1.
Now, does total chi change?
I think we left chi the same.
Yes, right.
Because you can still be quite spendy with that. So.
Right. So let's make sure everybody has the correct chi total as well.
I will check that in a sec. Okay, right. So Midori's intelligence bonus, judgment bonus, and charm bonus combined together.
2.
2. You have 0 Zanshin bonus, but you can still spend chi 1 for 1.
Okay.
And Tanaka's intelligence bonus, judgment bonus, plus charisma bonus. Charm bonus.
Intellect is +1, judgment is +0, charm is +0. And what was the last one?
That was all 3.
Okay.
So that's 1. So you have 0 Zanshin bonus, but you can still spend chi 1 for 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of us are in the same camp.
So chi calculation. You take your judgment and your intellect and add them together, and then divide the total by 10 and round up. And the minimum chi any living being can have is 1.
And then there's all that bonuses that are added to it.
Yeah. Then later on, and now, you can get extra chi through character advancement, if you have a mastered capability, so a level 5 capability, you get +1 chi. Each level in the meditation capability gives you an additional point of chi. And if you look at all of the bonuses on your character sheet, that is a bonus or penalty to your chi total.
So that means that means I actually have a higher chi than I did previously.
Okay, nothing changed, so you calculated it wrong before.
Oh.
Well, no, you changed the way it rounds. It used to round appropriately, now it rounds up.
Okay.
Yeah, because what it was at before was 23, but with my judgment plus my charm, or my intellect plus my judgment, it's 25, not 23.
Okay. Well, you've got lots of chi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think, and I need to repeat this somewhere else in the document, we made entering Zanshin an action.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me just find that, make sure I got it right. This is boring, but it's what we're all here for.
It's right under where it says Zanshin. It just says activating Zanshin requires an action and a successful judgment defiance roll.
See, having both of those now makes me question how low Zanshin is. For me, it was like one or the other.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think that whole line you could probably remove. It's probably not necessary. As the Munchkin in Station here, I say that if you're only going to +5, I'm not going to build for that now. When I could get up to 10 or 11 or 12, I would have purposely built a character who would have been a better archer than Takahara just by using Zanshin. But now you can't do that. You have to spread it over too far. Making it an extra attack is really, or make a test is not really necessary.
When you're in a state of Zanshin, you get that bonus to everything that you do.
Yeah, it's still not as big a deal. It's not the level is not. You don't have 3 things stacking together. It was the 3 things stacking together that I could use for any purpose that made the Munchkin go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that's when I re-rolled and I saw how much chi I had. I was like, all right, now we have to break this and make sure that what I see actually is right.
Yeah, but with this calculation, you really don't need that. It's not that big a deal.
Cinematically, I like the idea of like the swordsman taking a moment, doing a sword cutter, and then sort of getting into the zone. I quite like that.
I like that a lot. So I think it should just be a defiance roll, or it should be a defiance roll, not an action. Or if it's both, it should be you shouldn't penalize the amount of Zanshin bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, no, penalize the amount of Zanshin, because I'm telling you, as a Munchkin,
I agree.
I don't care what you got to do to get that bonus. I'll have 15 on a freaking attack.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. I mean, I was at one point, I was like, well, I wonder if I can make this, Onmyaji combat bastard as well by just using chi.
But Grim, if you want to keep both parts of that, instead of making an action, make it a reaction to use it, because reactions are not as vital. And
disagree.
I understand that, but out of the two, being able to choose, because you can always take an action and use it as a reaction. You can't take a reaction and use it as an action. So if you have to have that, but if you want to keep something without specific, just keep the defiance roll. Don't do the rest.
The defiance roll is a good one.
Represents the meditation.
Okay, we'll say requires for now. We'll say requires judgment defiance roll, but no action.
Yeah, because that's still.
Well, that gives you a possibility of failing, so that's good.
Yeah, it gives you a better. I mean, it gives you more than a chance. I mean, depending on how you're building, because.
Well, yeah, but your judgment's still going to be high anyway. Because if you're munchkining to make Zanshin good, your judgment is going to be good. Plus, judgment does enough things in the game. I can tell you, as a munchkin, judgment is probably more important to me than agility.
Endurance, absolutely. It's more important than charm, and depending on your build, I think it's more important than muscle or agility. I agree with you.
Yeah, which is fitting with the fiction and the folklore and everything. So yeah, it's all
being
good.
wise is more important than being strong.
Unless you're Socrates, in which case you're both. So I think that's right. He was the one that was also a wrestler as well.
Plato was the stonemason.
Plato?
Yeah, he was a stonemason. He was known as a wrestler.
I mean,
Actually,
if
they
you're playing a
both were.
samurai in this game, then it's good to have both the strength, but also the poetry and wisdom of like Zen Buddhism and Shinto stuff as well. So.
Yeah, that's a bit more.
Literature stuff comes in.
That's a bit more Edo period.
It is?
Sengoku period. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think of like a timeline of samurai stuff, like Ghost of Tsushima is really before there were actual proper samurai, and things were a lot more, not exactly primitive, but different. The warriors were very much warriors. In the Sengoku period, which you're kind of looking at Ghost of Yotei, then you start to see more of that romanticism and feudal nobility, but it's not in full effect yet. Then in the Edo period, which was so long and peaceful, the samurai really settled into becoming more of a noble class. And that's really when it comes in strong that to be a good samurai, you have to be good with a weapon and poetry and painting, and you need to have read Confucius and
yeah, and Musashi's book. But well, if you want a graphic example of the samurai ethos during the Sengoku Jidai, you don't need to go to the Akira Kurosawa's movies. You can go to Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
The samurais that do appear in the first half of Princess Mononoke, which leader gets his arms ripped. Well, that was the samurai of the Sengoku Jidai. They were basically warlords, not very different of those that you could find in Europe during the Dark Ages.
It's been striking me, actually, working on this so much, how many parallels there are to European culture at the same time. Like the Hidalgos in Spain, the poor knights are equivalent to the Jizamurai in a lot of ways. The similar sort of romanticization of the culture, all the different fencing schools are similar to the traditions of different swordplay and so on. So it's interesting. All right.
Grim, we still have the class abilities that got halved, and we have the chi to use them multiple times.
Yes. So it's hard to keep track because it's lots of little changes.
That's what I'm
right. So in the character classes, the special sort of heroic abilities, they're now only +2, but you can spam chi to reuse your class special abilities. So let's find an example.
The one question I had for them, are you going to make them so that the bonus lasts for the round? Because a 4 bonus on one thing is really cool. A 2 bonus on one thing, even if you can reuse it, is kind of But if it lasts for the round like Zenshin does, then it should be like the equivalent to that, since these are your heroic abilities and what makes your class interesting.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Let's try it for now with 1 chi per use and see how that goes. Because that's still a useful bonus. Because if you pour 1 chi into, for example, the Ashigaru's hold formation ability, normally if you just spent a point on defense, you get +1. But if you spend using that ability, you double it for that specific use case. So I think there's still an edge there. All right. where did I put the game notes? That would be a useful thing to have, wouldn't it? Okay. You've continued following the river down out of the mountains and the lowlands, through the swamps, and you're now not that far from the sea, really. The river carries on and broadens and turns into salt marsh and heads out to the shore. But before you get there, you arrive at the canal city of Natsukawa. It's a place of wet stone, drifting lantern light, and quiet desperation. Merchants grow rich from river trade, while laborers, gamblers, and prostitutes drown slowly in debt beneath them. In the lower districts, where sake houses and brothels crowd against black canals, people scurry as if afraid of each other. Mostly the sort of people that society barely notices: indebted artisans, gamblers, dock workers, women from the pleasure quarter. Let's see, is there anything else here? Okay, so this city is run through with waterways, which then eventually carry water out away from the river and into the rice paddies. There's an artificial hill in the center of the town, which has the local castle on it. And you get the feeling that there is an army in town from the amount of men with katanas or spears you see walking around. Most of them seem a bit battered. They must have seen battle recently. Before we really get going, these are the XP cards for today. Plus, you need to each come up with a personal goal. So we're doing these at the front this time. So you need to claim them now if you want them, and then you need to enact them during play. That way we don't get the arguing at the end of the session. Does anyone want to get blackout drunk this session?
I do.
Any objections? Okay. Write it down.
Okay.
Does anyone want to borrow a large sum of money this session to get something expensive, like, I don't know, a horse?
I'll do that one.
Okay. So make a note. The House of Falling Rain is a tea house / doss house / brothel. It's the most famous one in the town. Who wants to pay that a visit?
I'll do that one because it'll be funny for the monk going there.
Yeah. Remember, Buddhist monks don't have vows of chastity yet, well, mostly. But yes. Okay. So you can have that one. Right, and then personal goals for each of you. So let's start at the bottom. Kawabe, what's your goal? Personal goal this session?
My personal goal is to show the superior form of defense that I implement.
Okay. So fight defensively or hold the line, something like that.
Yeah, hold the line.
Yeah. So what's Midori's personal goal this session?
I was gonna say not to kill anybody, but I was like, that's probably gonna be too hard.
Why would a shinobi, wink, choose not to kill anybody?
Exactly. So let's see. I
Kill everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, how about this? Every person that she has to stand by has to die.
How about
No
assassinate someone who deserves it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
We'll do that one.
All
They already
right.
did kidnapping. So.
And Tanaka, your personal goal?
Orien's personal goal is more than likely going to be mastering one of the lost sutras of India in terms of a martial arts.
Okay, so yeah, you'll either need to find a martial artist to learn from or spar with, or a Buddhist temple to learn something from. Okay, and then Akemi, what's your personal goal?
Well, it will be since that we are going to the red lights district of a city or a town. Most likely, it will be accepted for and not being shunned for being someone that has non-ban blood.
Mm-hmm. So you want to overcome people's prejudice towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Takahara's personal goal?
I'll go with the same one as before last game. Try to help or heal the injured or downtrodden.
Okay. Yeah, there'll be opportunity for that. So yeah, heal the downtrodden. All right. Just so you get some idea of scale here, it's called a city or a town. It does have a castle, which makes it one of the more important settlements that you're likely to run across, though castles were springing up like mushrooms in this period. But that still doesn't mean it's got more than a population of about 6,000, which is pretty big, actually, for the time. And there will be a lot of traders and people coming through. And the garrison at the castle will be quite a lot of people. So it's normally 6,000, but it's probably bursting at the seams with wounded samurai and travelers and so on as well. All right.
Can we explain who Kawabe is as compared to Abe? Gen Zaiman. Would you like me to do that?
Yep, go for it.
Where did I put this? My name is Kawabe Gen Zaiman. Some men call me Ishi, stone. The stones crack if struck long enough. I was born to mud, rice, and river roads. Later, I was given a spear and told to stand where better men did not wish to stand. Gates, bridges, toll posts, plagued roads, bad crossings, places where people lie because the truth would cost them rice, face, or blood. I am no samurai. I do not pretend to be one. My yari keeps the distance. My jitta ends arguments when distance fails. If you need a man to charge first into glory, choose another. If you need someone to hold the road while others pass behind him, I can do that. I have seen the dead watch from the reeds. I have seen officials count 12 graves where 13 bodies lay. I have learned that law, mercy, and violence often meet in the same mud. Tell me where the line is. I will stand there. And that is me.
Yeah, and we will have Abe still sort of hanging around in the background as a plot device, and Kawabe has been sent to back him up. He asked for a samurai bodyguard. He got sent an Ashigaru.
Grim, did anyone else adjust their characters? Because remember last time you said that if you want to adjust your characters. So, for instance, I took off fasting because it seems kind of pointless in these one-off games.
Yeah.
So I moved that to flowing defense, and I put the two improvements that I've gotten so far also in flowing defense. So that one's mastered out. And then
okay.
I moved 1 point from muscle to judgment as well. So I don't know if anyone else adjusted anything to see differences. This means he's a lot more fighty than he was.
Yeah. Well, no one told me they were tweaking their characters, but yeah, if you want to.
That's right. Actually, I did tell you on the Discord. But,
oh, you did. I meant nobody else.
Well, that's why I thought I'd mention it in case anyone else did theirs.
All right. It is early evening after you finish picking your way along the path next to the broadening river, and you arrive in the town proper. It's late spring. The weather's starting to turn summery. So down here, it's extremely humid and damp. By the time you get to the city, your clothes are clinging to you. You're covered in sweat. Everywhere you look around, once you get to the outskirts of the town, you can see people fanning themselves. trying to keep cool. Everyone seems to be sitting outside, drinking and eating as the day winds down. What do you want to do? What do you want to check out? Don't all rush.
I'm gonna go towards the market area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just see what they got there. Anything of interest.
Yep. Okay. So, are you going to arrange where to meet the others later, or is everyone going to the market?
My job is to protect Abe.
Yeah.
So I go where he goes.
I'll tag along with Midori.
I will head to the marketplace as well.
Okay. Let's just assume everyone's going to the market. It's a good place to get a feel for a town and to figure out what they have. So the market square is immediately behind the dockside markets and stalls. So there's a quite strong smell of fish and smoke around here. A lot of peddlers and merchants seem to work their way up and down the river here from the shore. So there's quite a lot of stuff, including some goods that have come from the Europeans, the Gaijin. Nothing really fun, but sweets and a few spices and things that haven't been seen here for a while. So it might be worth picking up a few luxuries. But everyone seems fairly sort of muted, heads down. There's a lot more samurai than usual around. Maybe that's it. They're just behaving because there's so many armed men around.
So did Abe do a divination to start the day?
He can have. What method do you want him to use?
With you take care of it. I'm just asking.
It's your character. I wouldn't want to.
No, it's your character now. It's an NPC. I'm just prompting you that was I made that as a SOP, the start of every day. He does that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, give me a sec, and I will tell you what he tells you. Okay. When you arrived at the outskirts, he stopped, took a seat at a small table that had been abandoned, and quickly cast his yarrow stalks to get an I Ching reading. So he drew hexagram 48, the well, and hexagram 29, the abysmal water. The well means community, spiritual sustenance, hidden depths, shared necessity, and what people draw upon in times of need. A well gives life, reflects truth, and serves everyone equally. But if corrupted, the entire community sickens. The abysmal water represents danger, repeated peril, drowning, spiritual descent, traps, and depths without clear escape. It's water when it's not peaceful and life-sustaining. So it is floodwaters, artificial canals, underground currents, riptides, drowning darkness. It tends to mean multiple dangers. So there you go. The waters of the town appear to be symbolic. So looking around the market, besides all the trade goods that are being brought in, you quickly get the impression that their chief trade outside, selling stuff, is rice, timber, sake, paper, fish oil for lamps, and contraband. because there do seem to be some shady deals going on and some grey market goods, which the samurai are overlooking, at least for the moment. There are quite a lot of services here, so you shouldn't have too much problem finding somewhere to stay. If you want to replenish any basic supplies, you can.
Yeah, I'll replenish some like food and stuff, and I look at the contraband. What is it?
So there is Gaijin tobacco. There's sweet candies. There are Christian Bibles in very, very poorly translated Japanese, disguised as other books. And people are buying and selling opium quite openly. So it's contraband, but they must be organized enough or have enough money to keep people off their backs.
Okay, I'll buy some candy.
Okay, spend a copper coin and you've got a handful of candy.
Woo. Yeah.
From out of the corner comes someone saying, "Tosta, tosta."
Delicious.
All right. I think I'm going to probably move on. See what else is going on. Probably follow like some of the samurai bits, see what they're up to.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I am a bodyguard. I am thinking, how do I scan for trouble? And I'm looking at things like strategy. This is where, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Survival. There's a major difference between urban and rural survival.
Yeah.
But, and there's also stealth.
Yeah.
So let's think about how would somebody try to scan an area looking for trouble.
Okay. So what I would normally ask for in that instance is I would make a roll or something for the NPC to do their stealth. And unless they did something that would potentially expose them to being seen, then you probably wouldn't be able to spot them. But if they do, but if they do something, then you would get a judgment save to spot them, because that's the sort of wisdom awareness equivalent.
Right. Now, let's say it's not stealth. I'm just doing an assessment. I'm doing a threat assessment, right? More security focused than criminal focused.
That would probably be strategy or tactics. Sort of, I forget what I called the skill. Strategy, right? Yeah.
Yep, strategy. Okay, so that's what I would like to do.
Okay, make a strategy roll. 2d10.
And with that, and trying to remember, strategy is modified by what ability?
I think it's intellect.
Yes, I'm looking right there. There we go. Okay, so 1, that's 2. For a total of 16, 17, 18.
18. Okay. So you look around the market. It's a marketplace. It's full of people. Makes it very hard to guarantee that you can protect Abe should anyone be after him. Nobody seems particularly combative, though. The samurai all look battle-weary and exhausted and like not on form and not as touchy as they might otherwise be. But a lot of them have clearly been drinking from the way they're swaying and staggering around, so you should be careful not to aggravate any of them, just in case. There do seem to be a few lower-class toughs hanging around, keeping an eye on the market and so on, but not actually doing any work, which would suggest that there may be criminals of some kind, because they're just like hanging out at a loose end, intimidating people by their presence, really. So that might be worth worrying about.
Okay. What businesses seem to have the unemployed folks just lingering?
They just seem to be kind of around everywhere. But from conversation, the rest of you and talking to people, and probably Abe asking a few questions, you figure out that the town is divided into quarters. You've got the castle district, where the samurai houses, barracks and compounds are, storehouses and administration. There's the canal district, which is where you are now. You've got warehousing, river docks, the market, the fish market, boatmen, labourers, smokehouses. The Lantern Quarter, you've got a theatre, tea houses, a geisha building, house, I think they call it, and probably some illicit gambling going on there as well. And then there's the temple ward, which isn't very big at all, really. It's mostly housing, but in the upper part, it has a big Shinto temple that serves the town, and there's a much smaller Buddhist temple on the waterfront. It's also where the main grave site is.
Okay.
Does
anybody seem to be staring at us?
You're a weird bunch, so you have drawn some notice, but people don't want to aggravate you any more than you want to aggravate them, so they just kind of look at you, just like quizzical sort of shrug, and then pass on. Some of the samurai take more of an interest in you. But the stallkeepers just want to sell you stuff, and the thugs just seem to want to hang out. They're not out to cause you any trouble. It's pretty clear that you're visitors. Abe hears that the Lantern Quarter is the best place to stay, and so having bought a few comfortable luxuries for himself, would like you all to find somewhere to stay before you scatter around the town in pursuit of whatever it is that you want to do.
Well, we can head to the Lantern Quarter and check it out.
Okay.
If anyone else wants to come.
Sure, why not?
Yep,
Yeah,
I'll go.
I follow Takahara.
Yeah. So the main waterway cuts directly through the Lantern Quarter, dividing it from the Temple Ward. The Lantern Quarter is quite cramped, with narrow alleys picking their way between buildings. Quite a lot of the buildings here are built quite tall, like 3 stories is pretty tall for this period in this area. There are ornate paper lanterns just being lit outside, many of them, as the sun heads down, which advertise their services and give the names of the places. Chief amongst them, directly opposite the small Buddhist temple, is the House of Falling Rain, which advertises itself as a tea house, with a couple of cages with songbirds in them outside.
I now know why. Nobody knows the rest of that.
Apparently
No,
not.
sorry.
I now know why the cage bird cries. I am Angelo. Was it like
it's not evening yet, though, right?
The sun is beginning to set.
Is it? I would like to quickly go to the Buddhist temple and see if they have anywhere for visiting monks.
Okay.
I want to go to the Buddhist temple and see if any of them are martial artists who are willing to teach a student.
Okay. Let me just find.
Now, how's that stereotype show up? I am here to show you my system better than yours.
Your karate is weak and pretty useless. Now you must die.
That's it.
Now I did recall Policy Academy films with the character of Motormouth doing the desynchronization.
Strongly. As a joke.
Okay.
And one that sketch from Kung Pao is also great.
So the temple stands right beside the canal. You went over a bridge which is draped with willow tree fronds to get to it. It has weather-darkened wooden gates hung with faded prayer ribbons which flutter weakly in the damp breeze of the town. It looks rather sort of impoverished and down at heel compared to the big, bright Shinto temple beyond. Moss clings thickly to the stone lanterns on the approach path, and rainwater drips steadily from its curved tile roofs overhead. Thin streams of quite acrid incense smoke curl constantly from bronze burners near the entrance, and you see quite a lot of weary-looking townsfolk and people in rags, beggars and so on, kneeling under the eaves and muttering prayers to themselves, clutching their prayer beads and clutching folded written petitions in their other hands. They wear the exhausted expressions of people carrying heavy burdens. Every so often, somewhere deep within the compound, a bell tolls softly. Once you head inside, the temple interior is dim and thick with the same slightly acrid incense. Hundreds of candles flicker before rows of memorial tablets, while golden statues stare serenely down through drifting smoke. A handful of monks move quietly between kneeling visitors, offering them prayers, sutras, and bowls of watered rice porridge. Some incense burners have burnt out, and an even thicker, nastier smoke, a little sort of oily in appearance, a bit like vape smoke, is coming out of them. There's a constant smell of damp earth and stagnant water here, as if water from the river has collected under the temple and gone horrible. But other than that, everyone seems quite devout, and they're not lacking for worshippers and petitioners here. One of the monks spots you two coming in and comes over, bowing deeply. "Welcome to our humble temple, brother, sister."
I'm on the road traveling with some compatriots, but I need to stay the evening. I was wondering if the temple had anywhere for monks to stay.
Our vows make us extremely ascetic here, brother. If you don't mind a stone for a pillow, you're welcome to take shelter under our eaves.
I'll give you all the extra I have.
Oh, then you're welcome to stay. And you, sister?
I am looking for any teachers in the sacred martial arts of the Lost Sutras of the southeast or southwest of here, the subcontinents of Berloka.
Will you be staying long enough to study?
Enough to study for a little bit, but enough to whet my appetite and to teach any of the students here what I know as well.
Some of our brothers practice your arts, but peacefully. Still, we may have something that would interest you. Please come with me. And he ushers you both deeper into the temple, which goes back a short distance. And there are more private rooms there and places where they store their scrolls and tablets up above the floor so that flooding doesn't ruin them. And you're welcome to study here, sister.
Thank you.
And brother, any piece of floor you can lay your head on is yours for the night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Meanwhile, Abe is barreled ahead of Midori, Akemi, and Kawabe into the House of Falling Rain, and is in loud negotiation to get a room there, a good one, comfortable one, warm.
I support him by glaring at whoever he's bargaining with to ensure they understand. They don't want to make him unhappy.
Yes. A pretty young girl comes over to the three of you, giving Akemi a bit of sort of side eye because you're funny looking. And she bows to you all. I understand you'll be staying. Won't you come, please, and sit around the fire and dry yourselves out?
Hi.
Can I get you tea? Perhaps sake? Something to eat?
Yes.
Okay. She bows and retreats with another glance across at Akemi. And returns shortly with some excellent rice balls with smoked fish in the middle of them. Some hibiscus tea, and a nice big bottle of average sake. Abe finishes his negotiations and informs you all that he's going to retire and cast his auspices to see what he can figure out about the town.
All right. Jen digs in.
Okay.
So, eating and drinking.
Yeah. Soldiers, always eat whatever's put in front of you and sleep whenever you can. Those are the rules.
All right. So literally my very first day of boot camp, the guy, we called them company commanders in the Navy, not drill sergeants. He comes in and he goes, I'm going to tell you how to succeed in the military and get through boot camp. Do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, and whenever you're not moving, go to sleep. And that's exactly what I did. I was company honorman. I was the company commanders chose me as the best, and that's all I did was those four things, man.
Yep, sounds about right.
We used to call it delegating and disappearing.
Oh, no, that's when I got to the fleet and I became part. We didn't call it this in the Navy. It's the E4 Mafia. That was a whole different thing.
Yeah. Every time we got given a duty, you delegate and disappear. I'm out of here.
Yep. Turn around. Hey, where'd that guy go?
Are Midori or Akemi doing anything? Abe's got you all a room. He's off casting his spells, but what do you want to do?
Well, Akami is going to get into the house of Falling Leaves. Yeah, she's going to enter and just request to meet the madame if possible.
Okay, yeah, because being a person of class, you're escorted upstairs into a private room to meet the madam. What's Midori doing?
I'm going to leave and I'm going to explore, head towards the docks, gather information or, find a place where I can get alone.
We'll come to you in a sec then.
Yep.
Okay. Right, where Akemi is in the back room, the partition door slides aside and a composed woman, maybe 30, comes in and kneels with effortless poise beside the low lacquered table that you're sat at. She sets down a bottle of sake and a porcelain cup and looks up at you with a penetrating gaze, assessing you. You think, the lantern light glows across the dark silk of her kimono. She's striking rather than conventionally beautiful. Her features are sharp, composed, and impossibly controlled. She's incredibly steady-handed. She has very carefully arranged black hair, pinned with understated silver ornaments that catch the light and almost, but not quite, tinkle when she moves. Every motion, every movement seems to be deliberate in how she speaks.
Akemi, those prepare her pipe, picking a bit of tobacco obtained from one of her previous adventures, lights it, gives a puff, and without looking at her at the eyes, basically looking at the walls or at the window if there is any. I would like to know if you had overheard anything of interest.
We have many things of interest. Do your interests lie with women, men, both? Sake,
No.
plum wine, tea, fine food, perhaps a soft bed to rest your head? Or are you here as some avenging ghost? You're so pale and strange looking.
I may be. Did you have a girl of similar visage as mine working for you recently?
Many girls pass through these doors, and many leave, unfortunately. You catch a slight hint of bitterness in her voice when she says that.
Mm-hmm. No, that is fine. What I want is information, and that is regarding other families' summits that might have come to your house for your services.
Many people come here, but of course discretion is part of the service we sell.
That is a given. Well,
Are you bored? Are you looking for something to do? Is this why you asked?
I may be. Do you have anyone that had mistreated your girls, that has wronged you?
She seems to consider for a moment, and then, you're traveling in a group, yes?
Mm-hmm.
The Boudica, the warrior monk, the strange, scurrying girl, and the stoic man downstairs?
Yes.
Are you working for the castle, or are you just travelers?
We are travelers, but we do like to assist those that are less graced by the gods.
Well, if you are offering to help us, I would be glad to ease your boredom. Yes, we have been having problems. The whole town has been having problems. People are disappearing, the kinds of people where it's not normally noticed if they go missing. But when a girl goes missing, I notice, because she's not earning for the house, and a room goes empty, and a man goes unsatisfied, or a woman. Girls who can't earn become liabilities to my house. I would like to know where these girls are. Some of them still owe me money for their room and board and other matters.
Mm-hmm. Well,
We lost one girl. We lost one girl recently, Kiku. I didn't think she was the type to leave, but there are certain men who kept calling on her in particular. Perhaps one of them got possessive or angry, or both. And yeah, we haven't seen her in days, and there's been no trace. No one says they saw her leave. Not that people talk directly to me unless they're here in the house being served. But if you could find out what happened to Kiku and the others, I would be indebted to you. The whole house would be indebted to you and your friends.
We do then have a deal. I will find Akiku, or at least find what has been her fate. And in exchange, you will...
She left most of her belongings. I still have them. in a box if you want to see them.
Mhm.
I
Hi.
suspect the Black Reed gang, or perhaps the moneylender, or perhaps some angry samurai has spirited her away or done something terrible, thinking he can get away with it. Whatever the case is, I would appreciate it if you could find out what happened to her and the others, of course.
All right. Akemi stands up and before turning around says, before this week ends, you will know at least about their whereabouts. If I cannot bring them back.
Thank you, noble lady.
Then Akemi goes to fetch Abe, Kawawe, Midori, and the rest of the gang to brief them about the situation with the girls at the brothel.
Okay. So we shall assume that everyone is gathered back together in the room that Abe is renting, at least for now, to discuss all this, and that Akemi has caught everyone up on everything. As Akemi finishes catching everyone up on the story, there's a knock on the frame of the sliding door, and it slides back, and one of the girls from the establishment comes in with a big crate like is used on the docks. The crate still smells slightly of fish, and she sets it down. So, Kiku's things, my lady, and then backs out, bowing repeatedly.
Grim, did someone come and get us or something? Because
yes, I think Akemi came and got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because while they were doing that, I was going to go around and ask the other monks if any of these people praying have come to with petitions of healing or need assistance.
Okay, hang on one sec. So. One second. Just trying to find something like that. Okay, so yeah, you talk to one of the monks, and he informs you that our temple is devoted to Jizu Basatsu, a bodhisattva who is a guide for the dead, for lost souls, for those who are suffering, for travelers, rivers, children, all of those sorts of things. He's a guide and a steward who protects people in their passage, whether to the afterlife or on this mortal plane. But these people mostly have come to us to pray for relief from their debts, from their poverty. We do what we can to help them, and more often than not, their prayers are answered.
At our monastery, we always find that those with problems with debt and misfortune often have injuries along with it. And our monastery heals as well as fights.
Some have old injuries that have never been properly tended, but if you wish to give charity to the wounded, there are many wounded samurai up at the castle.
There are, but I'd rather serve the people than the samurai. Could you let those here that come here know that there's a monk around who can heal and that has training?
He nods and begins to pass the word around. Now, Midori snuck off to check around the market, right?
a market dock. I
Yeah.
was heading towards the docks.
It's darker now, and there's fewer lanterns around other than handheld ones that people carry. The market's mostly closed down. But can you make a judgment defiance check, please?
Yes.
So D20 equal to or under your judgment defiance score.
No, I got 13. I failed.
Okay. So on your first circuit of the market, you don't really notice much of anything. Mostly just people moving stuff around or heading off into town. On your passage back around the market the other way, however, you happen upon a man lying in a sort of broken heap on the ground, the wheezing as he tries to breathe.
I'll check him out, see what's going on.
Okay, you come up to him. You think he's had a pretty savage beating, and someone's stolen his sandals and his money pouch and anything else he had on him that was worth anything.
Nice. Dang, they got to him before me. So I look him over. Is he okay, or is he just out of breath, or?
He's probably got a broken rib or two, and his lip is swollen up. His cheek is swollen up and bruised. He looks at you with one bloodshot eye, the other one's swollen shut.
Is there a healing tent anywhere? Anywhere close?
No.
Ugh. Away.
You can tell him to rub some dirt on it and walk it off, but that's
pretty much, eh?
Midori, you know that Takahara's your group's healer.
Yeah, but I don't know where you went.
Yeah, you do. We all broke up just in front of the temples, in front of the temple and the falling rain.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
I kind of like slightly kick him. Go, hey, can you get up?
Oh!
I'll just kick him till he gets there.
No,
just roll him along like a log. If you help me up, I think I can stand.
Okay, I'll help him up and head towards the. Where are you? The Buddhist temple.
Buddhist temple.
Yeah.
Can you make another judgment defiance roll, please?
Yes. Ooh, I got a 1.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, as you help him up, a single black painted reed falls from his chest onto the ground. And you also notice that he has snuck his broken fingers into your pocket and is rooting around for your purse.
Hey.
What?
I try to help you and you're trying to rob me?
What? Oh, I didn't know where to put my hand for support. You being a young lady and everything.
Yeah, just let it hang there. Yeah, nah. You do that again and I'll cut it off. You understand? And I don't mean your hand.
Okay. He behaves now. Grateful perhaps that you're still helping him. It takes you quite a while to hobble along with him back to the temple, and then Takahara can take a look at it.
That's what happens when I go with monks. I get all nice and shit.
Let this be a lesson to you. Never do anyone a favor.
Right.
Right. So.
Well, I'm waiting as folks are out, and I'm just eating and doing what I do. I'm also looking around for other rough sorts to perhaps commiserate over a cup of sake.
It looks like the madam has paid a couple of people who are just like big beefy fellows to act as security here. So they're rough and tough, but they're not like criminal types or proper bodyguards or anything. They're just big guys.
I'm looking for like other patrons.
There are plenty of other patrons. About half of them are samurai in varying states of health.
So Yeah, you've mentioned this a couple times. What am I looking at? You say various stages of health. So I guess that would be a medicine or a strategy.
Medicine.
Oy. Yeah, why did I say that first? Just a second. It doesn't matter. It's the same as my strategy. Oh shoot, I didn't set this up so it has it's modified. It would be, I guess, judgment.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So
if it was modern medicine, it would be intellect.
Right. All right. So that is 8, 8, 16, 17.
Okay. And can Takahara make a medicine roll as well, please?
Is he there now?
No, I just want to get it out of the way while we're on the medicine section.
Yeah, gotcha. 13 plus 4 is 17?
17, yeah. Okay. All right, you apply your healing capabilities to the poor fellow who's been beaten within an inch of his life. Set his floating ribs back in place and bind around them, and do what you can for the rest.
I have lay on hands. I have the healing actual power.
You can use that if you want.
Yeah, I'll use it, and I'll make it. I want to let it be visible to the poor here, so they know that I can actually do stuff.
Yeah. All right. So you
when I do it.
You Mr. Miyagi that shit, and he feels a lot better. How much are you healing him by?
Each point of chi I burn gives 6 healing.
Right.
So I mean, with my medicine check, it's however much I need to give him.
Yeah.
I don't know how wounded he is.
Hang on. Well, he's broken, so 5 hit points would be enough to get him up to full, but he's got serious wounds as well. Yeah, heal them an amount of health equal to your own healing score. Yeah. All right. Might have to change that slightly, because at the moment that's a bit too powerful. All right, so if you spend 5 chi, you'll heal him essentially back up to healthy, apart from his wounds.
Am I able to set his wounds so that he'll?
You can't fix the more permanent wounds. They're the ones that take like 5 weeks minimum.
No, that's what I mean. Can I like set the bones and stuff so that he's set up to heal the rest?
Oh yeah, he's now set up to heal the rest. He'll be able to hobble around a bit and do stuff. Okay. A lot of the other villagers around seem very excited to see that you've done this, and a few of them that have more serious wounds from the past come hobbling over to you to ask if you can do the same for them, which you can after a fashion. They'll have a chance to heal slightly if you want to spend 5 more chi per person to try and heal others.
Yeah, first I'll ask Midori to look after this fellow, and talk. You brought him here, so I'm assuming you need to talk to him or something.
Yeah.
No.
There are.
And then I'll move on from that.
Yeah, there are 7 other people who are begging you for healing.
All right. Well, I'll start checking out what they got and what can be done. And
yes, various long-term injuries, so serious wounds. But if you spend 5 points of chi on each of them, you can get them to a fit state where they have a chance of getting slightly better on those various wounds, which they'll be grateful for.
So, I was gonna say, so I'll heal like 2 a day because then I need to rest to get my chi back.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to Midori in a second. Kawabe was looking over everyone. You got 17 on your medicine roll, I think.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. The samurai around here, there's a lot of knocks and scrapes. One of them has a heavily bound wrist that was probably broken. There's other wounds that you take to be arrow wounds or spear wounds. So they've clearly been in a battle somewhere recently, but these are the walking wounded.
And is this a group of a single clan samurai, or is these are all from a single clan?
Yeah.
So when you say roughed up, like bludgeoning wounds thrown around, what other than the occasional puncture wound, what am I looking at here?
Cuts and stabs for the most part are the most visible wounds, but all of them are moving pretty stiffly, which probably means that their armor protected them from the worst of it, and they got knocked around a lot or trampled by a horse. Or
Okay. And yeah, I don't really want to talk to these fuckers.
I made quite a lot of notes for this adventure, but the trouble with that is it's hard to find things without running a search.
Yeah. I've been there myself. So who appears to be like the samurai of rank?
These guys are all like one step above Jisamurai. So they're proper samurai, but low on the totem pole. The commanders are probably still up at the castle, trying to set an example and keeping people in line. All right. Meanwhile, Midori is talking to this wounded chap. Thank you for bringing me here. I feel so much better. He doesn't look that much better, but clearly he's perked up a bit. Your friend, I've read about such things in stories. I never thought someone could heal me with just a touch. Thank you. I wish I had something to give you, but all my earthly possessions are gone, even my shoes.
Yeah, I can see that. So, is this a regular occurrence? Like, things happen like this a lot?
Only when I owe money.
Oh, so it's your own fault. Why'd I help you, man?
How is it my fault? The dice, they're so seductive. And I had a rule. I had a special rule I knew would work, and I had a prayer I gave at the temple. So yeah, so I should have won. I just need to persist. I need to get some more coins. The system will work.
Okay, so both these men, where can I find them?
Oh, the Black Reed. They mostly hang out at the moneylender's house.
Which is...
Hang on. Again, trying to find the thing in my notes. Because it's actually fairly important to get this right. Yeah. The House of Kanzaki, the moneylender.
Huh. Maybe I'll go pay them a visit.
It's not hard to miss. It's a grander mansion than many of the samurai lay claim to, and right on the edge of the castle district, as close to power as they'll let him build.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I owe you, miss.
Yeah, well, you know what? You could owe me by not, gambling anymore. It doesn't seem to be your strong suit.
Good one. Like I say, I've got a system. But I was asking after your name. I would greatly like to know the name of my savior.
Midori.
Midori. I am Itachi no Goro. Call me Goro. That means Goro the Weasel.
Yep. Makes sense. Well, I'd say it was a pleasure, but it really wasn't.
Could I trouble you for a small modicum of additional generosity? Just a few copper coins to buy myself some new sandals?
He is really testing my patience right now. I will give him 5 copper coins.
He doesn't have a purse to keep them in anymore, so he wedges them into his cheek like a hamster with nuts. Frankly.
Fantastic.
All right.
Have a good
life. And then we gather everyone back together in our base room.
With my healing, I just got a comment on the ability. I think, because I thought that needed some tweaking too, but I don't think you should make it cost more because it'll be different based on what each character's stats are. Instead, you should limit it to 1 healing per target per injury or illness.
Yeah,
because that, for instance, my character, that means I could spread my healing around, and it's all really effective because my guy is tweaked to do that. But I can't overload it on one character.
I will consider. We'll leave it as written for the moment, though. All right. So where we were is you were gathered up in the room with Abe, who characteristically is doing his own thing, chanting and waving bits of paper and whatever else he gets up to, while the rest of you are sat around in a small circle in the light of a couple of paper lanterns, and you've been presented the box of the possessions of the missing girl, Kiku.
There's also a large bottle of sake that I did not drink from because I'm still on duty. Okay. So I don't know. What are we doing?
Do you want a brief recap? Because there was a lot of fucking around.
Let's do that.
Everyone together. Okay, so quick recap. Akemi took the madam into private to ask some questions. Words were exchanged. Seems like you guys are sort of wandering itinerant adventurers, that sort of thing. It happens. And once she got a handle on that being what the case was, the madam brought up that there have been numerous disappearances amongst the poor and the dispossessed in the town, and that's included several of her girls. People come and go. She didn't necessarily think too much of it to start with, but it keeps happening. And the latest girl to disappear is Kiku, who was a favorite of many. She suspects either the criminal gangs, the Black Reed, or perhaps a samurai who took too much of a fancy to her, or got jealous, or something else horrible may have happened. Those are her main bets on what could have happened. But she would like to know what happened to Kiku and the others, because for one thing, Kiku owes her money.
Okay.
All right. So Akemi is the one telling us all this?
Yep.
And then what else did we learn?
From the rest of you, the Buddhist temple is an extremely ascetic one, but they have a lot of scrolls and tablets. There's a lot of samurai in town who are apparently recovering from a recent battle. Midori found a gambler called the Weasel, who had been beaten within an inch of his life because he owed money to the moneylender.
And he was found with that black reed on him.
Yeah, and he had one of the black reeds on him, which suggests a connection to that gang.
And we know also from the Buddhist temple that most people are praying for relief from debt and poverty.
Yes. Which seems a little weird because at the market, you got the impression that it was all quite prosperous. There are lots of travelers coming in and out. There's illicit trade as well, so people are making money off the books. The town is fairly wealthy. Yeah, it has a castle. There's lots of rice paddies around. There's enough rice that the tea house served you rice balls. There's enough fish that those rice balls had fish in them. It should be prosperous, but maybe it's prosperous on the backs of an underpaid and exploited underclass. Who knows? Marx won't be born for a couple more centuries.
Valid point.
If this Black Reeds is a gang and they're enforcing, tribute from everyone, we could go investigate. Unless this person that Midori met is totally dishonest.
No.
I don't know.
So I trust them with my whole soul,
What? So kind of looking back at the day, what would I say the ratio of samurai to thuggish dudes lounging around, quote unquote, doing nothing?
Okay. Okay, that's the right section. Castle of this size, you're an ex-soldier. Yeah, there might have been as many as 200 samurai permanently stationed here. But that would include administrators, guards, officers, mounted retainers, household troops, inspectors, patrols, low-ranking retainers, families, all of that. It wouldn't all be frontline warriors. Of that 200, probably about 100 are actual combat troops. Then there could be as many as 350 Ashigaru stationed there. And then visiting, probably, it could even be into a couple of thousand, depending how much room they've got to put them all up.
Oh, really? How many different clans do we identify?
All the samurai you've seen, while they're dressed in different colors and things, because that's a false idea of what things were like back then, but they are all displaying the same clan mon.
That's what I wanted to know. Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. So, as for the thugs, if you had to guesstimate, perhaps as many as 100 criminals in total, but that will include a whole bunch of hangers-on and contacts and kids hanging around. So maybe 25 serious gang members.
Okay, gotcha. That's still pretty big for this size of a 6,000.
You think its position near the sea on the river, which is a main trade route, and having a castle, just it makes it such a choice place to apply pressure and control that it has an outsized presence. But even so, you think it's got an outsized presence.
Yeah. Okay. So, has anybody got anything else they're interested in thinking or talking about?
Nah, I'm just gonna go and search for these Black Reeds.
Someone to kill?
Yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Well, it's a little late to be searching for anyone, isn't it?
That's
It depends on what you're searching for.
Do you want to go through Kiku's belongings?
Yes. Give me those open. They come in a box, right?
Yep. It's all packed up in a box. There's a couple of neatly folded kimonos, some jewelry. Hang on a second. Few loose coins. You're surprised the madam didn't take them. There's a couple of sticks of slightly acrid smelling incense.
Who can tell us what acrid smelling incense is used for? Abe can.
Those of you apart from Kawabe, remember the herbal infused lamp oil back at the swamp village that they used to keep insects away. It reminds you of that. It might be infused with the same herbs. Can you make a judgment defiance roll, Akemi, as you rummage around in the box?
It's a D20, right?
Yep.
Roll low.
Equal to under your defiance.
Below. Defiance of judgment or intellect?
Judgment.
Judgment, okay. Tirten, defiance is 15, so it's a success, right?
Yep. Okay. There is a false bottom to this box.
Akemi carefully starts to open that false bottom.
Yeah.
And inspect what does it contain.
You find like a puzzle box, a bit of wood slides aside, and then you're able to pull out the bottom of the box. Underneath it are a whole bunch of letters.
Well, before I start reading the letters, I'm going to check the quality of the kimonos to see if they are above her station.
They are above her station. Probably part of the reason she was in debt to the madam would have been getting some decent clobber to wear to attract attention.
Or they were a gift from an admirer.
That's the other possibility.
All right. She starts to organize the letters if they are dated. And
they're only dated in very sort of general terms. Almost all of them are in a very practiced, flowing hand, someone who spent some time learning calligraphy. There is one that is in a more naive, less practiced hand. As you're going through them, you realize these are all letters from the same man, a samurai stationed at the castle. And quite a lot of it is quite lurid poetry. And the one that's written in a different hand is also poetry. In fact,
can I tell the age of this samurai by the quality of his calligraphy?
Not really. I'll give you a chance, though.
Okay.
Make a... Is it literature, the skill?
Yes.
Yes, make a literature roll.
Okay, literature plus intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
2d10?
Yes, 2d10. All right. 3, 10 in the rolls.
Okay.
Intellect is a +2 and literature is a 3.
So 18?
Yes.
In total? Okay, yeah, you've managed to figure out the order that these letters go in, and you also figure out he can't be more than his mid-20s.
Bad thing.
Actually,
Very bad thing.
I took the liberty of actually having a couple of these
composing some of the letters.
composing 2 of the letters. So I will give you the 2
I
most
knew it.
recent letters. And I even recorded them. Well, I didn't record them, AI did, but yeah, that's what it's useful for. All right, so the last poem she had from this guy.
Last night, the rain lingered upon the willow branches. Long after, the lanterns dimmed. I thought then of sleeves loosened in secret, of warm breath behind paper screens, and of a river carrying 2 shadows beyond the reach of morning bells. The reeds bow deeply where the current turns from the city. Even a borrowed boat may drift farther than its owner intends. If spring waters rise, let us be carried together. Your hair across my sleeve, and no walls left between us, but mist.
All right.
I've heard worse.
Japanese
From a
poetry is difficult,
20-year-old, yeah, I've heard worse.
especially if you're translating it. Okay, and then her letter, which clearly was never delivered, because it's here and not wherever the samurai is.
I could not sleep after reading your letter. The willow branches touched the water all night, like sleeves brushing together beneath a table. I know little of boats and distant roads, but I know how your hands trembled when you held mine behind the screen room. The lantern keeper extinguished the lights one by one, and still I wish dawn would not come. If we leave the city, perhaps I shall finally hear morning birds instead of drunken songs. Perhaps I shall wake with my hair undone across your chest, while rain moves softly upon the river. Even if the boat sinks, I think I would rather drown beside you than live here alone.
There you go. Touch of romance.
So, was she talking about masturbation with the willow branches and stuff? That's kind of the
Who
image.
knows?
Ameko says, I think that has started to rain, and she tries to hide the fact that he's barely holding the tears. As he has been moved by the poetry.
Yes, young love.
Well,
I'm still curious if she was talking about masturbation, about the willows, and
my God.
Make a literature roll.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Do you have the literature skill?
No, that's why I'm confused.
Oh God. Well, in her reply, she did mention about the lantern keeper snuffing out the light, and the madame did talk about the money lender being one of the possible culprits of the current disappearances. Right?
Oh.
Yep.
We should investigate this man.
The image was the sunken boat and the current. Is that like foreshadowing where the bodies may be?
Most likely.
Could you?
Most likely.
No, don't read that again.
No. Most before we do go to the castle and interview the lover of Akiku, we should research about the money lender and see if he's our man or not.
What was the other thing? Oh, what was the young samurai's name? Were we able to ascertain?
Yes. Saito Naoki.
Saito.
Oh, hang on. Where's the accent? Saito. So slightly
S-C-I-T-O. Saito. What was the last name? I'm sorry, or the first name? Whatever. You know what I mean.
Naoki.
The personal name Naoki. Naoki. Not gnocchi, which is potato.
What? Spell that again. Naoki. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Abe casually mentions that the Saito family are respectable, but not overwhelmingly prestigious. And that Naoki means honesty, directness, sincerity, or straight tree.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that is auspicious or not.
How could it not be? Okay.
Sometimes an omen is just a crow.
Yeah. Smoke that cigar.
Sometimes willow fronds are just willow fronds.
Okay. If you say so. Still sounded like masturbation to me.
Since we're all sitting in this lovely room and we're smelling incense and everything in the flowing sorry, I can't remember how you said the name of the place. Falling
rain.
In the falling rain. Takahara is like, well then, I guess we can do something about it tomorrow. And he wanders off. looking around because he'd never been in a place like this.
Yeah, it's warm, it's pleasant, there are nice smells everywhere. You can hear a shamisen being played downstairs, low conversation, and then from that room over there you can hear vigorous lovemaking.
Whoopee! Woohoo!
Yes.
I find the madam and say if I can find her. I asked her, I'm a monk of poor means, but do you cook here? Do you need rice? I have 2 big bags, and I do have 2 potato-sized bags of rice. So, I'm like, is this enough to?
We have plenty of rice. We grow more than we could eat around here, but your generosity is welcomed. Thank you.
I don't know how to say this. How do I?
Yes, we do serve monks in that way. It happens more often than you might think. Do you wish to engage our services?
Yes, and he says it a little shyly because he's a virgin. So,
do you have a preference,
lady?
Well, yes, but what kind?
I don't know. I've never had one.
She sighs, rolls her eyes, grabs you by the hand, and leads you into one of the side rooms.
Okay.
Now, do you have money? This is the question.
The 2 big bags of rice.
Okay, 2 big bags of rice. We'll get you an eye-opening night. Yeah.
There's 2 important things going on. 1, he only has Giri, and 2, he's a cherry boy. Now, in Asia, at least the parts of Asia I was, you always told the first time you went to that port of call, you told everybody you're a cherry boy, you're a virgin, because you got a great deal. They loved you. They took care of you.
Well, that's what he's telling you.
Big deal.
That was what he was telling him shyly.
Well, we don't need to get into lurid detail, but we shall say that the madam is extremely experienced and a consummate professional at her job. You have an eye-opening night and morning. And then presumably you will all gather again over breakfast to decide how to proceed. And Takahara probably has a stupid smile plastered on his face. And sways slightly.
Did you ever see the movie MASH?
Yes.
Painless Paul. And then the nurse who was leaving the next day. Do you remember this scene? The look on her face. That's Takahara.
All right. One of the girls from the house brings you your breakfast, sets it down for you, and departs with a lot of bowing and a slight smile towards Takahara on her way out. So, what's the plan of attack here?
What does Abe tell us? What's the fortune for the day?
The fortune for the day is... I made an iChing randomizer, so
cool.
Yeah. Right. Hexagram 37, the family. Hexagram 61, inner truth. Disorder begins within the household. Corruption hides behind proper appearances, and truth lies concealed within structures of obligation and dependency. This points towards financial ties, contracts, debts, and the family of obligations that bind a community together. The family means everyone knowing their place, their duty, and what is owed to whom. And the inner truth hexagram means hidden sincerity, concealed motives, what lies beneath surface appearances, and truth carried inward rather than outward. It warns that the obvious explanation is incomplete, and one must look deeper for true answers.
Ooh. I love that.
All right. This is what we're going to do. Akemi says as leaves the bowl and the chopsticks to a side. I and Midori, we are going to pay a visit to the money lender, while Takahara, Tanaka, and Abe, as well as Kawawe, you will gather as much information about this money lender and his contributions to this town. Then we will reunite here and exchange our impressions.
Okay. Well, let's start with Midori and Akemi visiting the moneylender. So, just find it here. Okay. All right. His house and his place of business is really more like a compound. There is quite a high wall around the outside, and the top of it has been lined with broken shards of pottery. There's a fairly big gate, and there's a couple of shabby-looking Ronin who've clearly been hired as muscle, just sort of hanging out there, smoking, chatting to each other. But people are coming in and out doing business. They don't really bat an eyelid at you. They're clearly just there for show, really. There does seem to be a constant flow of people in and out of his building. Most of them look sad and miserable and downtrodden. A clerk comes up to you as you approach the front of the queue after quite a while. Can I just inquire after what you seek today so I can direct you to the correct clerk of the house?
My associate here present would like to know which kinds of loans you can provide.
Oh, we can lend you money for absolutely anything. Provided you can pay it back, of course.
Akemi does a little bow to Midori, as indicating her to speak.
So, madam, what is it you're seeking to purchase?
I am seeking to purchase a house.
A house? Oh, a considerable investment. You're thinking of moving to this town, or is it elsewhere?
Well, I was looking around this town, this place. I don't know. I heard there's a lot of stuff happening, so maybe another place.
That's a difficult consideration because we have to be able to get the money back from you, and if you take our money and travel elsewhere, I think you'll have to talk to the man himself to get such a loan. You're lucky. He's free. Please, come with me, both of you. And the clerk leads you inside and through to a more private office. Of course, now I find the proper description of the house. So the Kanzaki lending house stands beside a narrow canal beneath a row of fading paper lanterns behind a wall topped with shards of broken pottery. The lanterns are painted with neat black characters advertising exchange rates and secured loans. There are noisy gambling dens almost directly opposite on the other side of the canal in the shabbier districts. The building itself presents an appearance of stern respectability, dark timbers, sliding shutters freshly lacquered, its tiled roof carefully maintained within an inch of its life, despite the damp river air that gets into everything. All right, when you get in, inside, the noise of the street seems to die away immediately. The front chamber is warm, orderly, and oppressively neat. Shelves of bound ledgers line the walls, beside locked cabinets and carefully stacked bundles of paper wrapped in silk cord. There is a constant, unceasing clack of abacuses, which are rattling away behind polished desks where clerks kneel in perfect silence, except for the occasional whispered negotiation with someone who's come asking for money. The air smells of ink, incense, and old tatami mats. Taken deeper in the building, past heavier wooden doors, you're brought to a private room. Several more run-in guards stand around, pretending to be servants, but they are still carrying their swords. They're never that far away, but you're brought before Kanzaki Denzaburo. Kanzaki is a man in his late 40s, fairly heavy set, but not soft. He is very carefully groomed, with a pointed beard and shortish hair tied up in a severe knot. He dresses conservatively in dark silk robes with subdued patterns, expensive but restrained. So yeah, he kneels behind a low lacquered desk surrounded by ledgers stacked with almost ritual precision. His hair is beginning to go grey. His hands move constantly as he speaks, adjusting papers, aligning brushes, straightening ledgers, straightening his beard. There's something unsettling about him immediately when you see him. You feel like you're being weighed and measured the moment he claps eyes on you. The young lady who wishes to purchase a house. Come in, both of you, sit down.
So I go in, I sit down in front.
Kemi follows.
I am Denzaburo Kanzaki. I am the chief moneylender in this town. So if you wish to borrow money, I'm sure we can accommodate you.
Yes, I'm looking for enough to buy a house.
So how much exactly are we talking?
She thinks for a moment, like, I don't even know how how much houses are.
I will see if I can find something here. That's NPCs. That's weapons. That's services. Don't think we have rules for houses, so let me just quickly do some maths here. I'm assuming you want something better than just a hovel.
Yeah. I'm thinking about settling down, you know?
Yeah.
Nice house.
You'll need about 20 gold coins to buy an urban townhouse.
Alright, so I tell him I need about 20 to 30 gold.
We can do 30, certainly. Do you have anything to offer as collateral or any reason why we should trust you with that amount of money? What is your profession, young lady?
I'm a shinobi. So, you know.
He chokes on his tea. Apparently not a very good one.
No.
Akemi, those nuts hurt us. No, please.
No. See, the reason why I told you.
Sorry, she is an actress. She likes to have a comedy routine.
A joke.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Well, like you said, I'm a bit of a jester here and there. But yeah, I'm also, I want to say sword for hire.
Mercenary. I hire mercenaries. There's no shame in that. Are you any good?
Yes, I am.
He looks across to Akemi. Will you vouch for the woman's ability?
Sorry, that was addressed to Akemi, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
say yes.
Yes, she nods.
Very well. Well, if you have an honorable member of the samurai class vouching for you, how much money do you have at the moment?
I have only 6 silver on me.
Mm-hmm. How much giri do you have?
10.
Okay, so that's the equivalent of 1 gold and a half. With that, you got someone vouching for you.
Oh, interesting. You have explain the value again. The giri was 1 silver per giri, right?
Yeah. And then it's 10 silver to a gold. And you would need at least 20 gold, really, to buy a townhouse here.
So with giri, she's going to have 0.5% down just on giri?
Well, 10 giri is equivalent to 1 gold. So, yeah. And with her other coin. Yeah, so it's not it's not too bad. Plus, you've got a samurai vouching for you, even if they're
right. And then I was going to say now, right? I'm just trying to say, okay, security, right? What would be considered a good bet?
Yeah.
So she puts 10, or she puts all her silver and expends all her giri.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a loan in order to buy it, and
Plus,
then you'll have to pay him back.
Oh yeah. You know, there's going to be interest and threats and toes getting cut off, things like that.
again, he looks past Midori at Akemi and Akemi's appearance. Do you have any links with the Portuguese or the Dutch? Or, I mean, I don't want to assume, but given your unique features, I'm assuming you must have some sort of link back to them.
I may, yes.
And you vouch for the lady here. Yes. I think we can work something out. I will lend you your 20 gold coins, and you must repay me 30 gold coins within the year.
Oh, that's easy. Easy set. Yeah. Deal. That's it?
Yes.
Perfect.
A clerk appears out of the shadows in the corner with a contract. He quickly scans over it and then presses his seal in the bottom corner and then turns it towards you. If you and your sponsor here could make your mark or press your seal.
I sign.
Akemi produces your seal and dips in the ink and then stamps on the...
When did they start using Hankos in Japan? Do you know?
I don't offhand, but let's look up because they're really interesting.
They are, and it's a Kickstarter idea for me too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places where you can get them made, but yeah. Hanko seals were first introduced to Japan from China, like most things, around 57 AD. The oldest known example is a solid gold stamp given to a Japanese ruler by the Chinese Emperor Guangwu. While initially only used by emperors and top officials, they became common amongst the general public during the Meiji period, so not till the 19th century, but they were used by people of class before then. So before the Sengoku period, the samurai class began using them. And then in the Edo period, commoners started using them. And then it became a nationally mandated system by the 19th century. So if you want to use Hanko stamps, you can. But it's not an absolute necessity yet.
Yeah, what I see, the timing, absolutely. Samurai started using them in the Kamakuras period, which is just before
Sengoku,
Sengoku. And then by early Edo, commoners were increasingly using them, and by then the word Hanko was widely used.
Yeah. So it would make sense for Akemi to have a stamp and for Midori to make a mark, which is perfect. I like learning all these little things. Mm-hmm. All right. Another clerk brings forward a box. The moneylender opens it up and counts out 20 large buttery gold coins and ties them on a thick silk cord for you and then hands them over. Your money.
Perfect. Thank you. And you'll slowly get your money over the year.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I got what I needed.
Well, I do have a question, but it's regarding one of your possible clients.
Oh?
If you ever did loan money to a girl named Akiko.
Oh, I see. Could everyone else go out for a moment, please? And the clerks and the guards go out and slide the heavy door shut. He gives them a few moments. And yes, Kiku. No, I had some dealings with the girl. She owed me money. Not a large sum, but it's the principle of the thing. About 10 silver coins. Young pretty thing like her should have been able to earn that swiftly enough, but she was dragging her heels. And then there's the foolish young man but wished to borrow money in order to elope with her. He wanted me to lend him money, but I didn't see it as a good bet, given that they would be leaving. Otherwise, they'd be getting into considerable trouble. So I refused to lend him any money. He got quite irate and slashed up one of my screens. But I think I still have the girl's contract. And I have no reason, really, to protect her from anything. I could let you see it for perhaps 1 silver coin. Surely a trifling sum to such as you.
She produces the silver coin.
He smiles and tucks it away, goes to the door, orders one of the clerks to go off and find the records. And then shortly after, the clerk returns with the record. Let's see, where is it? So he actually returns to 2 records, and he says, as I was asking the clerk, I remembered we did have previous dealings with her young man, Naoki, a local samurai. Yes, here we are. He repeatedly lost a great deal of money at gambling houses, emergency loans. He missed quite a lot of payments, but then the lord of the castle paid off his debts. He was borrowing a lot of money in order to see the young lady as well, because her time obviously costs money. Let's see. I've lost quite a few debtors over recent months. It's irritating. I hate losing out on profit. And now, if I go through Miss Kiku's records, here we are. Yes, she borrowed only about 10 silver. Most lately, she paid off a couple of coins, but the debt was accruing. We did take this off her, and he produces a jeweled hairpin. Last time she came in lieu of a payment.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to know this. Which is the first date for Midori to release the payment?
Oh, you can start paying back as soon as you wish.
All right. It was a pleasure, but we do have to depart for now.
Of course. There's always more business to attend to. Go out and make some money.
I'd like to point out that as soon as you wish could also mean like the day that the total is due. Just want to make that clear that you understand what that actually means.
Now, of course, that depends whether he's telling the truth or not. He may apply pressure later on. All right. So now, meanwhile, the rest of you were going around town asking about the moneylender.
I just got a quick question, the player. We first found out about the moneylender from the old guy, right?
Yep.
And then the contact with the gang that was on him.
Yeah. All
right. So I think it makes sense if we go and try to muscle on those gangs and see what, from their point of view, what they know. Because it's probably a little easier for us to beat a few heads. I mean, especially since you're sending the muscle types.
Yeah. Do Tanaka and Kawabe agree?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Okay, so the main place you've seen the toughs hanging out is in the market square. So that's probably a good place to go and find them.
Oh, perfect.
So you head down there. It's still fairly early, so there's not a lot going on down here at the moment. There's a couple of stalls that have been set up. A couple of new wandering peddlers have turned up in the town and are setting up to sell their goods, but they don't seem to have anything particularly interesting. Several of these toughs are stood together around a barrel and are playing dice games on it.
Well, we walk up to them.
Okay. One of them looks up and notices you.
I throw the black reed down that we got from Midori on their table.
Yes, and
then I immediately smash him in the face with my bow staff.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been nice to know it was your plan.
I said rough him up.
Can I take that as an order that he's given me so I can use one of my special hero abilities?
Probably. But can you three all roll your initiative, please?
Yeah.
While I find the stat block for the Yakuza. There we go. Low level Yakuza. Initiative.
All right, hold on.
Oh, excuse me.
How do I roll initiative again?
D20 plus your initiative score.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I got a 31.
I also got a 31.
Okay.
And I will let you know in just a second as I'm getting to the correct playtest document. Not this one.
Found it?
Yep. And it is 33.
Okay. Takahara ambushed them, so his initiative potentially goes up to as high as 51. Do you want to take the number you rolled? Do you want to take a lower number? Do you want to arrange yourselves in any particular order?
Well, I'm going first, so.
I'm standing next to him, and I am not going until after I have an idea of what's happening.
Okay. All right. So, Takahara, make your first attack, which is smacking him with the blunt end of your spear.
No, I'm actually using my bow staff.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
I'm going to take my spear out if it's serious.
Okay. Are you doing subdual damage, or are you actually trying to
subdual? I'm subdual. That's why I use the staff.
Yeah.
Here's my bonus here. 5 and 14 is 19.
19.
Oh, is my weapon longer than his? He doesn't have a weapon.
Yes, we'll test that rule. Yes, a bow staff is longer than bare hands. So
+2.
Yep. So 21. Okay. Now his base defense is 5, so that drops that to 16. Okay, so it does 1 health of damage, but he has to make a defiance roll or he's knocked unconscious. Well, stunned, and then we check if he's knocked unconscious. So his health drops to 9. His defiance score is 6. Okay, so he fails, so he's stunned. And he fails again, so he's immediately knocked out.
All right, lash out the next one. Oh, sucks to be him.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay, so roll again and add on.
And 18 plus, was it 5 again?
Yeah. So 23. Is that
40.
with the bonus for longer weapon?
No. So it's 45.
Oh, okay.
With the, I assume the 20 and the thing I'll add together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's certain.
Okay, so 45. His base defense is 5. He has no armor. So that's 40, which means it does him 4 damage, which for a subdual strike is a lot. And that's way more than his endurance score. So he is stunned and knocked out.
And the last one is only 12. That's with the spirit bonus, the long range bonus.
Okay. But that is still enough to beat his base defense because this was a surprise action. So that beats by 7, which means it does no damage. 7 is not higher than his endurance. So you just strike him a glancing blow. All right. So Takahara steps up, sort of kicks up the end of his staff and smacks 2 of them in the middle of their forehead, and they go down unconscious before they can so much as twitch. It is now Kawabe's go.
So I am going. Are any of them armed?
They probably have knives or clubs on them.
Okay, but there's like no large weapons right in front of my face.
Nothing immediately to hand. No.
Okay, so I will take 1 action. Excuse me. To attack with my Jite for subdual. Man, I wish I had money for 2. And since I'm standing next to my ally, I'm going to take advantage of another +2. So that's plus 15. Plus 15, 37.
That's a lot. How did you get that high? So 3 for your
So
skill.
I rolled, okay, so 1d20.
Yeah.
1 jite is muscle plus melee. And because I'm using it, not this one, -5. So subtract 5 because I'm not using it defensively yet. That was a straight attack.
So what's
still
your
32?
32. Okay. I'm just trying to fit. So your muscle scores plus what? 5?
3.
3. Okay. And then your skill presumably is 3.
Correct.
So that's 6. And then you rolled.
Shit. What did I roll? I just picked it up and moved it. Now I forgot. I rolled 16.
Yeah. So plus 6 takes us to 22.
It was because I was doing it as pairing. I was adding up other stuff, and then I add 2 more for my hero thing.
Okay. And it's a longer weapon than bare hands. So I make that 26.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Minus.
And max damage is 10.
Yeah. And they still haven't been able to start reacting yet. So it's 21.
Oh, wait. Boom. Max damage. I have damage focus twice, muscle bonus. So max damage is 20.
Okay. And you're using it as a bludgeoning weapon.
It is only a bludgeoning weapon unless I choose to do otherwise.
All right. In which case, you do him 2 damage, and that is over his endurance score. So he succeeds. He is not stunned or knocked out, but he is hurt. Yeah. It lands with a heavy thump, just missing his head proper and slamming into his shoulder. He grunts and staggers back slightly. Do you have more actions?
Everything else is for. I'm saving
Defense?
it for reaction. Yep.
Okay. Right, Tanaka, show us your best ninja.
You said ninja.
Ninja, yes.
I know, yes. Not the other words.
No.
Okay, so I am going to use my unarmed combat and strike at the closest enemy.
Okay.
So let's see, that's 3, and I add my muscle for 4. And I'm rolling a d20 in this situation because it's not a...
Yeah, because it's combat, it's a stressful situation.
Yeah. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 total?
Yep.
Are you doing subdual damage, or are you trying to actually kill him?
Kill him.
Do you have the ability to do lethal damage with your hands?
I think I took that. Yeah, I have Deadly Fist.
Okay, what level do you have Deadly Fists at?
+2.
Okay, so that means it's only -3. Okay, so that drops you to 12. Then minus his defense drops you to 7, which means you do him 7 health of damage, which is enough to make him broken. Sorry, bowed, not broken. Okay, so yeah, you quickly snap round and drive a powerful kick into his sternum. You hear ribs crack like firewood, and he staggers back, coughing up a little bit of blood. Next action?
My next action, is there a another enemy close by to me, or can I move towards one?
They're all still around this barrel, so you don't really have to move much.
Aren't two of them down now, though? 2
of them are down. There are 2 still up, one of which has had most of his ribcage broken.
Okay, I believe I should have.
There were only 3 originally.
Well,
You said there were 3.
I meant 4.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
People to beat up.
That's why I originally went 3 different shots.
Yeah.
I have the Ashigaru spear. I'm going to use that to attack one of the.
Readying that will be an action.
Okay, already in action then.
Okay. So you unsling your spear and pose with it, ready to attack.
Yes.
All right. The first thug lays in a heap, breathing heavily, with a bruise gradually swelling on the front of his head. The second thug does much the same. Third thug, who is the only one who is still really capable of doing anything. Let's make a quick morale check, shall we? Fail. He turns tail and runs as fast as he can in the opposite direction.
Can we use a reaction to stop him?
I'll let you use a reaction to try and trip him.
Yeah, because I got flowing defense anyway. So
yeah. So make an attack roll, and we'll just see if you succeed.
17 plus 2 for the longer weapon is 19 plus 5 is whatever. 19 plus 5 is 24.
24, yeah.
And then if there's anything for getting from behind.
Sprinting, 14, 16. Okay, that's enough. All right, you lash out quickly with your spear and tangle it in his legs and trip him up. He goes down hard. Thump.
Okay, can we pause here real quick?
Yep.
So it's something to think about. What I didn't do, which is what this weapon is actually designed for, because the rules aren't actually there yet. It's designed to actually subdue or hold people, and it's specifically designed to like snag someone's sleeve and pin them to like a barrel or a post. But we don't really have the rules for that. I just want to point that out, that would be something we need to look at.
Yeah, that would be fairly simple. We'd just add grapple in the descriptive line for the weapon, so it would allow you not only to do subdual attacks and parrying, but it would allow you to grapple as well. So that would be easy enough to fix.
Cool. All right.
Right. So the only thug left who can act is the one with the busted rib cage. He succeeds on his morale check. Coughing up blood, he drops a knife out of his sleeve, and that's his entire action, is readying his knife.
Can I react to him dropping
Depends.
his knife?
Depends what you want to do.
Well, disarm. I was just going to smack it out of his hand.
So that'll be an attack, so you have to wait for your go.
Well, right. Because so this is now thinking of, because that's what we're doing, is we're thinking, how does this stuff work? So there's another thing that I can do is I can say I am holding my attack until somebody displays a weapon.
Yes, you can prepare an attack on your turn and say, right, I'm devoting this attack to this, should something like this happen. And then when you do trigger it, it uses a reaction. So it ends up using one action and one reaction, which is expensive, but it allows for things like having a bow ready if someone enters the alley, or, you know, all of those kind of scenarios.
Or this very situation.
Or this situation, yeah.
Where all of a sudden someone who was unarmed is now they're armed. Boom.
Yeah. Right. So we've reached the end of the cycle. So we now have an environmental turn. So the barrel they were playing dice on tips over. The top falls off, and fish oil splashes out all over the ground. Make an agility defiance roll to stay on your feet.
Cool, because this was another thing I wanted to focus on. Can I make it?
Yeah, you tell me. Everyone make your agility defiance.
I said I
rolls.
make it. I said
Okay.
I make it. I succeed.
Yep.
I succeed 12 under 15.
Okay. And
What was
Tanaka?
rolling?
Agility defiance roll.
Okay, agility defiance. Okay. That's 15, so just a d20. I rolled a 4 under 15.
Okay, so you all stay on your feet. The wounded thug slips up and lands on his ass with a thump. All right, and then it's Takahara's go.
Pop him in the head.
Okay,
Okay, so
he's
18,
flat on his ass, so you can have a +2.
so 18 plus 2 for the longer weapon, plus 2 more is 22, plus 5 is 27.
27. He tries to defend himself, but he's flat on his back. So he gets a worse defense than if he hadn't done anything. So he flails about ineffectually. So what was your total again? It was
27.
27. Okay, so you beat him by 24. So he takes 2 more points of damage. And he is stunned and not knocked out. But I think that's the end of that combat, really. Everyone's down.
Yeah.
In role-playing testing thing, I do have a question about that. When you make an active defense, I really think you should bottom out whatever your defense is. You shouldn't okay, yeah, so I was shitty on the roll, but I have a really good defense. So you should take the better of the two, right? So you should get the better of his defense.
I kind of like the idea that you're taking a chance. But yeah.
I can tell you from Munchkins, I'll just build around that then. He'll never ever make a defense roll. Because that's what happens if you do that.
So that's part of the reason base defense.
Defiance roll? What do you mean? Explain to me what you mean.
No, a defense roll.
So we make it. So when you're parrying or dodging or whatever,
right?
Your minimum you should get should be whatever your defense is, and it also makes it easier on the GM because the GM knows that whatever.
I see what you're saying.
This bad guy has 5 for his defense. He's not going to get less than 5, even if he fucks up the roll. Oh, sorry.
Right, and it'll make it easier to adjudicate if you just want to fly through something.
Yeah, I really think that should be the minimum.
I will consider it. Okay, but yes, you have knocked 2 of them unconscious. One of them is sprawled in the fish oil, slipping up constantly, trying to get up. The other one is virtually dead with a crushed rib cage and sternum and has been conked on the head pretty hard as well.
I grab one with each hand and start dragging them to an alley, and ask these two to grab the other two.
All right. You drag them into an alley between a couple of warehouses. And
pull their shirts down, tie them up, so that they can't get away. And then whichever one is the most conscious. Sorry?
So I'm a road guardian. I actually have, rope to tie them.
Okay. I was just going to use their shirts because,
Well, rope would be better. Do you want to make a binding roll?
Yeah, I haven't picked that skill up yet.
But you have rope.
But I have rope.
You can have +2 for proper rope.
Do you want me to
still make a binding roll.
Oh, cool. I just critted.
Okay. You're suddenly inspired, and you put them all in rope corsets. Little amateur shibari Batman. Okay.
No.
Then I just, as we're like getting ready to start talking with them,
interrogating.
Takahara, sorry. I can't. Her name is too close to mine. Orin. Let's try not to kill them.
Okay, I guess we'll do that this time.
All right. But if you need to, make sure I say this nice and loud so the ones that are semi-conscious can hear. But if they don't talk like really quickly, you can beat the shit out of them.
Can do. Will do.
Okay. Are you doing anything extra to intimidate them? And what are you asking them?
Well, that's why I was doing the loud talky bit, so that they intimidate them.
I mean, we could do something like really dishonorable and like desecrate the one I killed's body and just like move it around in a circle around.
He's not quite dead. You could give him a couple more kicks if you want. But...
No, that's why I was telling you not to do that. That's actually what I was admonishing you about, was the killing for no reason, or trying to.
Come on.
Fair enough.
Akemi and Midori must be getting bored. So what do you want to ask them?
All right. So we got to question them about the moneylender, their Black Reed, and the missing girls.
All right. Hit me with your questions one at a time.
If somebody could organize that into a coherent sentence, because my throat's killing me. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to what the question you wanted. I'm strong silent type.
Sorry, my throat is hurting. I was saying is, could you organize the question appropriately? But we need to ask them about the moneylender, the Black Reed, the missing people and girls, and the specific girl we're missing that we're looking for.
Kiku.
All right. That's what we're going to do. One at a time, we're going to push through that question.
Okay, so question 1.
He just listed them all.
Question 1. What are you asking? Exactly.
I'm not the talker.
All right.
Well, Tanaka then. I think you might be the talker.
I can do it if you guys want, but it's just my voice is killing me. I'm starting to cough my head off.
Well,
moneylender. What do you want to ask about the moneylender? If everyone could just stop being quite so autistic and socially awkward, just for a moment, that would be super.
Have you met us, Krim?
Okay, guys, I got it.
Hey,
I got a drink.
No ableism, man. No ableism here.
Just an observation.
Okay, I got a drink. My voice is working now for a minute.
Oh, good.
Okay.
If you want me to talk.
Yes, please talk.
Sorry, like I said, my throat is sore. So for the moneylender, I'll be like, the money. I can't. The player doesn't remember the moneylender's name at the moment.
Doesn't matter. Just say the moneylender.
Forget it. The moneylender has been hiring your gang to browbeat and strong arm people. Who is it who's directing your gang and who to go after?
It's more of a partnership. He loans people money. We fleece people for money and get protection money, and we kind of work together, one on the legal side, one on the not so legal side.
Yeah.
And he pays us to provide protection to him.
And the local samurai don't stop you or get in your way, or do you pay them off?
They're more interested in wars and fighting. They don't care so much about what happens, even if it's happening right under their noses.
Wait, who are the samurai fighting?
Who knows? That's their business.
You don't know? That's
a
lie.
It's all different clans against other clans. They're one bunch of arrogant castle-dwelling bastards against another lot.
So back on topic. How many of the Black Reeds are there? How many are there of you?
A few dozen.
So it would take me like a night's work to systematically kill you all. Would that help?
Maybe 2 nights. He says, spitting a tooth out onto the cobbles.
So there's a whole bunch of people been missing. Those all your fault? You guys responsible for it? For all the people gone missing?
Don't be stupid. Dead people can't pay back their debts. Sure, we beat people up every now and again, but we don't kill anyone. What would be the point?
Well, there's a number of people missing. So many so that the Falling Rain has got girls missing, and the Buddhist temple has people missing.
Well, it's not us. I can tell you that much.
You got anyone?
Why is everybody so poor?
Because we fleeced them for money, and the money lender gets the rest.
All right.
As for the disappearances, I don't know. Maybe they piss off a samurai and get quietly.
And I asked him specifically about. Ask him specifically about
Kiku.
Kiku.
No, ask about Seattle.
Kiku, it's just the whore from the Falling Rain, right?
Yep. And as soon as he says the word whore, I smack him in the mouth with my stick.
Okay, you loosen a couple more teeth. The courtesan from the Falling Rain.
Better.
Sweet little thing, but I don't know anything about it. She had a samurai who was sweet on her, so maybe they eloped.
Tell us more about him.
Do you or one of your friends know where that samurai would be, or would have been?
He'll be at the castle if he's anywhere. He's stationed there. So is he? Oh well, I didn't know. But yeah, he's typical arrogant young samurai.
Is he part of the clan? He's part of that samurai clan? Or is he Ronin?
He fights for them. His family is affiliated with the clan. He typical young samurai.
Money?
He did owe us money, and he owed the moneylender money, and I think he still owes a bunch of merchants and so on a bit of money. He spends his pay stipend before he gets it. Gambles, drinks, but he only had eyes for Kiku at the Falling Rain.
Okay, out of game. I think we covered all the topics, right? That I just said.
Moneylender, Black Reeds,
Kiku.
Kiku, yeah. I think you covered.
So that seems to be it. All right.
Why everybody's poor.
Yeah. So then I look down at him. I'm like, okay, well, you can give me all your money now, and so can your compatriots.
Let's see. 1 second.
I have to walk away from the theft part.
The donations to the temple.
Yeah, they're making donations to the temple. That's literally what I'm going to do with it.
That's fine.
Okay, let's see what you find. Okay, 13 silver between them, mixed denominations. A flask of cheap sake, a bone charm on a bracelet, a whetstone for a knife, a threatening letter to a merchant.
Which merchant?
One of the timber sellers. And a skewer of eel meat, cold, wrapped in paper.
And how many knives? Because they said they had knives.
They each had a knife.
Was it
a Gucci knife?
Gucci?
A Gucci knife, yeah. Not a knife made by Gucci.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
But how many? So 4 of those?
Yep. And Chanel clubs.
Right. So I look down at him. I'm like, well, you just at least earned your life. But if I see any of you in my presence, you are dead men walking.
Yeah, they're going to clear out, probably. All right. Then we can gather everyone together again to exchange information. Hopefully everyone was paying attention to each other. What's the plan from here?
I think we still need to go and check out the castle for this young samurai. Maybe he's...
Yes, we have to check on Naoki.
And I still want to know what the disappearances amongst the poor population is. I mean, it's nice that we helped the girls at the falling rain, but what about the rest of the people? Why did they disappear?
Well, that is open to speculation because we don't have any clue for so far.
Well, the only other power in town seems to be the samurai, and so I was thinking maybe they're being used, like sold off or something as slaves or something to fund the samurai's activities, something like that.
Could be, or used to work the land.
Yeah, something of that ilk. But we'll find out if we go investigate. But since samurai dealings are sort of your specialty.
Mm-hmm. Well, first is first. Shall we go to the castle, or you want to stay here?
Well, do you want Muscle with you, or?
Well, I would like to have at least you and Midori or Tanaka, while the others keep investigating on those disappearances.
Well, I can go with you.
Hi.
Okay. Well, actually, I did tell you all. I'm still having quite a bit of pain, and my back is starting to swell up. So, and Mal has a sore throat. Yeah. So, do you mind if we stop there and pick up next week?
No, that sounds good.
No, I don't mind at all.
We get our experience dice though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bank that experience dice then. You will get another one next session.
Right.
And remember your personal goals and your target goals. The ones you chose. Mm-hmm. Those are still in effect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for the game. I've got a few modifications to think about then. And thanks for watching, people out there. I know there's a few of you.
Thanks for running this game.
A good play test.
Welcome.
Bye, stranger dangers.
All right. Bye all.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Until next time.